It's Stephen King meets Final Destination. What could go wrong?
Ooh, that's a hot mug, guy.
Hey guys, this is my review for The Monkey, another film by Osgood Perkins. Now, first thing I want to say, very happy that Osgood decided to film in BC again after doing Longlegs. It's really cool to see a lot of locations that I recognize out here, and I just appreciate that. That's probably going to be one of the biggest positives I have for the movie. To see BC be used for films, whether they be good or bad films, it's always a positive. It's work out here. I'm not going to take that away, so thank you, Osgood, for that. I'm not thanking you for this movie though. Now, for those of you who kind of watched my review about the Longlegs, I thought that Longlegs was quite a bit overblown. And this one's somewhat in a similar bracket, but there is a tonal issue with this film. This film follows this tale of two brothers who come across a monkey, and every time you turn the key, someone dies. It's not someone you want though, and you also can't call it a toy, because this is a very, very dangerous toy, an absurdly dangerous toy. That is a perpetuate throughout the whole film. This monkey, its doom, its ever-increasing violence upon people. The parts that I will say I did like the dread that the monkey originally gave. I like how there was this kind of dark humor sort of villainy with the monkey. However, it gets dry and dies, literally dies, when this priest comes on screen. Oh, fuck. This is a very, very good example of Osgood having a decent idea, but having absolutely no idea how to write dialogue. It's not on the same issue of Night Shyamalan, who doesn't seem to know how human beings speak, but Osgood just feels like that one douchebag kid from high school who only knew how to talk in one tone, being douche. That's very evident with the brothers in this film. But then there's also this point where the dialogue will turn. It'll become upright prick.
Everybody dies.
But it's not throughout the whole movie, and that's the thing that's really weird to describe, is that this movie will do this for you the entire time. Like, hey, this is actually not too bad. Oh, wow, that was really fucking bad. Hey, that wasn't too bad. Oh, that was really fucking bad. Because when people die in this, it's not a death that is warranted of the circumstance. You know how in Final Destination, people would die from various circumstances, but they wouldn't be killed by the said object that would happen. After, say, the third death in this movie, the first one is actually probably the most unique one. Everyone else just explodes. Just complete blood body confetti. And after seeing that from about the third time, you get bored of it. It's kind of like how I felt when I was watching Terrifier 3. I just remember being like, okay, I mean, I've kind of already become desensitized to this. What else do you actually have? Do you have an actual script? Do you have an actual story in here? And it is kind of in there, but again, I feel like Osgood wanted to dip into dark comedy, and he also wanted to dip into a horror movie, but he doesn't know how to do both very well, admittedly, so he does a mashup of the two, and it's not very well done, admittedly. One other positive, though, I will give: the cinematography is great, very well lit, very well shot, just like Longlegs. Admittedly, he does not use as many wide lenses, which is a nice change. There's a lot of rolling, slow dolly zooms. There's one scene where it kept happening, I swear to God, for 10 minutes straight. Slow dolly zoom, slow dolly zoom, slow dolly zoom. Every shot was that. The monkey has some appeal to it, I'm not going to deny. I think people who enjoy the Terrifier movies will enjoy this movie. But for anyone who's looking for the movie that is a well-written horror movie, this isn't it. It has some moments, not gonna deny that whatsoever. Theo James is really good in this movie. I actually give credit to him, considering he's not given much. But there's just so many awkward moments that I know are meant to be humor, but they're just executed so poorly. There is this one scene involving a custody thing that's meant to be, I don't know, funny, but it's not. Anyone who's been through something like that is not funny. And there are ways you could do it that would be funny. I'm not saying that the subject itself isn't off the table. You just gotta be smart about it. You gotta do it well. And the monkey doesn't. It will find things that can be funny And sometimes it does it okay, and other times it drops the ball through the fucking floor. You might have one-time watch from it, but considering this was barely an hour and a half and it felt like 2.5 hours, I'm not joking about that. When the movie was done, I checked my watch. I'm like, oh my god, it's only been an hour and a half. Pacing, once again, Osgood, you do not know how to do pacing, my bud. I swear to God, I still want those 2 hours back from Gretel and Hansel. I'll never get that back. That felt like a goddamn lifetime. Osgood appears to be doing well for himself, despite the fact that his movies aren't as good as people believe them to be, at least from my opinion. You know what? If he keeps coming out here and does movies in BC, I'll still probably shit on him, but I'm definitely going to say thank you for coming out here to do film. In the end, I'm going to give The Monkey a 2 out of 7. I thought it was just that. Funny enough, I gave Longlegs the exact same rating. Anyways, those are my thoughts on The Monkey. Very curious to see what you guys have to say. Let me know in the comments below. Does Osgood have a movie that you guys like? I do have a reason why I don't like Osgood. There was one interview he did a while back where he said that there's no reason for him to watch any horror movie, any modern horror movie, because all he feels that he should watch is like any horror movie from the 70s and the 80s. That's all he needs to watch, which is kind of rich considering he keeps coming up with movies and fuck himself. Curious what you guys think about the guy, about this movie, about his movies. If you want to, let's start a discussion. Anyways, that's all from me, guys. Hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, leave a like, and if you're interested, more, subscribe. And until then, watch out for that monkey.